Guys, I am going to answer the homework questions that are on the help board. It's Tuesday night and I'm doing the ones that are on there because tomorrow I don't have much free time. So I thought I'd get as many done as I can tonight. So let's get going. We are going to start with lesson 21 and this is from Shannon. So lesson 21, hopefully the rest of you can glean from this. Hold on, I have to make my pen not so fat. Okay, so lesson 21, number 19. Let's look at that one. Look it up in the book. It says, find the equation of the line that passes through the point. This is a good one, Shannon. Okay, so this is number 19. Find the equation of a line that passes through the point 2, 2 and is parallel to the line y equals negative 3/7 x. Excuse the noise in the background. My husband is working on a car. Okay, so we want to find the equation of a line that's parallel to this line and goes through this point. So let's just talk since we have time, right? We're not in class where we're out of time. Let's just plot that point, that line. I'm going to have a little bit of trouble concentrating with that drilling thing going on in the background. So we're going to plot it so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 is our y-intercept. And our slope is down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be here at 7, 1 is our point. Okay, so this is the line we're going to make a line parallel to. So I'm just going to make a line through those 2 points. That is not the line we want. What we want is we want the line, so noisy, through the point 2, 2. This is kind of hilarious. 2, 2, right here. It's going to go through that point, and it's going to be parallel to this line. So I'm going to attempt to draw a line parallel to that one with my little line tool here, going through that point. Okay, so it's close to that line, isn't it? But it's not that line. The difference between the white line and the red line is where it crosses the y-axis. Now, the first line crosses the y-axis at 4. And even by my drawing right here, we can see that this one's going to cross somewhere around 1, 2 something. So I'm not sure. So we need to find a new b. This is the b. So if we have y equals mx plus b, this b is 4, the y-intercept of the white line is 4, we need to find the y-intercept of the red line. Now, the thing about parallel lines is that their slopes are the same. So the slope of the red line is going to be the same as the slope of the white line. So here we go. This is how you do it. So we write our friend y equals mx plus b. We need to find b. All points are x, y's, and there's infinite number of points on both of these lines, but this is just one point, so we're going to fill it in. Y is 2. We're going to steal the slope from the white line. We're going to take the point that it's going to go through, which is 2, 2. The y-coordinate's also 2, plus b. So we just did that. It's funny, I started at 19 before I did the other ones. All right, so we're going to just solve it here. So we get 2 equals negative 6 over 7 plus b. And now I'm going to add 6/7 to both sides. 2 is the same as 14/7, right? So we're going to add that, and we're going to get 20/7 equals b. And that makes sense, right? 20/7 is a little less than 3. If it was 21/7, it would be 3. So now we have our new b. And we're going to do our stolen m, which is right here. And we're going to write a new equation. So our new equation, we put the y and x back in, is y equals m, which is negative 3/7 x, plus our new b, which is 20/7. And we wrote an equation of a line that goes through the point 2, 2, but is parallel to the line y equals negative 3/7 x plus 4. So this is your final answer. All right, moving right along. I hope you got that. You can always pause it and rewind. I'm going to erase the whole thing though. All gone. Okay, the next one is from Adrian. It's still lesson 21, number 5, which feels like a word problem to me. So let's see what that one is. 21.5. It says the nickels and dimes had a value of $5.75. If there were 70 coins in all, how many were nickels? All right, love this. Okay, so nickels and dimes. So we're going to do the number of nickels plus the number of dimes. If we're just talking coins, not value, we had how many? We had 70 of them. But now we're going to do the value. Nickels are worth 5 cents. Dimes are worth 10 cents. And the total value, number of dimes, the total value is $5.75. And we've moved our decimal point over to, for our nickels, normally nickels would be 0.05 and dimes would be 0.1, but we're moving all the decimal points over so that we don't have any decimals. So we can only do that because we're doing it to every single one. Now we just need to multiply. Let's multiply the top one by 10. 10s are easy to multiply by, right? So we're going to get negative 10, number of nickels, minus 10, number of dimes, equals negative 700. And we're going to get 5, number of nickels, plus 10, number of dimes, equals 575. And we're going to add, we get negative 5, number of nickels, equals negative 125. Divide both sides by 5, the number of nickels equals 25. And then we subtract that from 70 to get our number of dimes. So if we subtracted 20, that would be 50, so it's going to be 45. So the number of dimes is 45, and they better add up to 70. They do. So that is number 5. Okay, let's do number 7 now. So lesson 21, number 7. Use elimination to solve. Adrian, I'm sensing that you don't like elimination. 2y plus 4x equals 34. Now, a little trick with this. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is all divisible by 2, so I'm kind of going to reduce it like you would reduce a fraction. So I'm going to copy the first one over. There's nothing I can divide everything by on this one, but on the second one I can divide everything by 2. Y plus 2x equals 17. All right, the reason I did that, now I can just take the bottom one by, we could have taken this bottom one by a negative 4, but now I'm going to take the bottom one by a negative 8. I think this didn't help our matter. I think I'm going to reverse all this because you know what? You guys probably didn't do that, and this isn't going to help you. That's one way to do it, though. Sometimes it's helpful. This time it's not the best thing in the world. I'm going to take this times negative 4. So we're going to get, if I copy this right, okay, so we're going to get 8y minus 3x equals 22. I'm going to take the bottom row times negative 4. So I'm just going to pop open my calculator on my phone. So I'm going to get negative 8y minus 16x equals 34 times 4, which is negative 136. And I'm going to add these up. These add out. So that's, we wanted to eliminate. So we eliminated the y's. We made them opposite. So we get negative 19x. And here we really hope that we did this right. So I'm going to add 22 minus 36. So I get 114. Is that divisible by 19? And it is. It's a miracle. And this should be negative because we have more negatives. So x is going to equal 6. And then we go back and we plug it in up here. So we get 8y minus 18 equals 22. 8y equals 40. And y equals 5. So that's it, guys, for lesson 21. That's all I had was 3 problems. So I'm moving on to lesson 22. Here we go. Lesson 22. We have 2 problems, 2 and 22. Boy, Shannon, you were like coordinated. You got the 2 and the 22. So here we go. Number 2. Alonzo ran off towards Milan, one of these, at 9 kilometers per hour at 8 a.m. At 10 a.m., Wilhelm began the chase from the same starting point. If he caught Alonzo at 12 p.m., how fast did he run? Of course we have to do one of these, right? This is a distance equals rate times time problem. So right away, I'm going to draw myself a picture. So we've only done equal rates, so a good chance it's going to equal distances. So it's a good chance it's equal distance. So he ran off. So this is Alonzo. He ran off 9 kilometers per hour, and then William began the chase from the same starting point. So here we go. So we have the distance, Alonzo, and down here we have the distance of Wilhelm. The distances are equal, so we say distance Alonzo equals distance Wilhelm. And then we break it up into rate. Distance equals rate times time, so we're rate times timing it. And we have the rate William, time William over here. So we have an equation with four variables, so we need to figure out which ones we have. Okay, so we know the rate Alonzo is 9. And he started at 8 a.m. So he started at 8 a.m. Wilhelm started at, let's see, he started at Ranzo 8 a.m. At 10 a.m. is Wilhelm. And they both ended up at 12 p.m. because that's when he caught him. So now we can figure out the time. So the time Alonzo is going to be from 8 to 12, which is 4 hours. And the time Wilhelm is from 10 to 12, so it's only 2 hours. The only thing we don't have is the rate of Wilhelm, and that's what we're going to be using for our variable. Oh no, my pen just totally stopped writing. There we go. So we're going to fill all these in. We've done these kind of problems before. We're going to fill them all in. So rate Alonzo is 9, time Alonzo is 4, rate Wilhelm we don't know, but the time of Wilhelm is 2. So we're going to leave the rate Wilhelm in here. You want to put the number in front of the variable. So we're going to get 36 equals 2 rate Wilhelm divide by 2, and the rate of Wilhelm is 18, and you put your units on it. It's kilometers per hour. So hopefully that is the right answer to that one, and it is. Okay, and the second one is number 22. Which is, a fractional equation. Okay, this one just tells me, silly mistake. So lesson 22, number 22. So 3 and 2/5 x minus 4 and 1/10 x equals 2 and 1/4. Okay, the first thing you want to do is make these into improper fractions. The verb I made up for that is impropertize. So we have 15, 16, 17 fifths x minus 40 plus 1 is 41 over 10x. Yay, fractions. And 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9/4. Okay, I would common denominate this. Find a common denominator, which looks to me like it would be 20. So I'm going to multiply everybody by 20. 20 for him, a 20 for him, and a 20 for him. So 5 goes into 20 4 times. 4 times 17 is 68x. Minus 10 goes into 22 times, so it's going to be minus 81x. And 4 goes into 25 times, and that's going to be 45. So we have that all set up. Now we just need to add our x's together. So this should be 82. By the way, 2 times 41 is 82. All right, we're going to subtract, so we're going to get negative 14x equals 45. Divide both sides by negative 14. And we're going to get x equals, it's not reducible, negative 45 over 14. Hopefully you found your error in that, Shannon. Okay, last lesson that I have, because you haven't done lesson 24 yet, is lesson 23. Whipping through these. Lesson 23. This could be a record time for me. Okay. This is from Ashley. She'd like to see number 3. So here we go. The fraction had a value of 11/12. The sum of the numerator and the denominator was 230. Okay, so it tells you a fraction, so we know this is the numerator, this is the denominator. This is a tricky problem. You haven't seen it worded like that before. And then it says the sum of the numerator and the denominator was 230. What was the fraction? So this is the reduced fraction. We're trying to find the original fraction. So let's see. I'm going to cross multiply 11d equals 12n. And then I'm going to solve this one for n. I'm going to use substitution, and I'm going to put all of this in where the n is. Whoops, there it is. So we get 110 equals 12 times 230 minus d. Distribute that through. 110 equals 2,760 minus 12d. Subtract this big fat number. Subtract the 12. This is a d. It just morphed as it went down. The d turned into a 0. Be careful with d's and zeros and such. Okay, I'm going to add 12 d's to 11d and get 23d equals 2,760. And when you divide both sides by 23, you're going to get d equals 1. D is 110. 230 minus 120 is 110. So this is it. The fraction that you would have gotten was 110 over 120. Yeah, and that's it. That's the answer. Okay, next one, number 5. Wiping this out. Number 5, this is lesson 23. The value of quarters and nickels was $5. So the value, that's our value equation. So 25 times the number of quarters plus 5 times the number of nickels equals, now remember about moving the decimal point over. It's really tempting because you don't have a decimal to leave it 5. That probably could be your mistake. So we want to make sure we move this one over 2 places. It was 5, so we're moving it over 2 places. Now, just the number of coin part, it says if there were 40 more nickels than quarters. 40 more nickels than quarters. That means there's the number of nickels you have to add 40 onto the number of quarters. Alrighty, and I'm going to do a quick substitution. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it where the number of nickels is, and it's right there. So we're going to get 25 number of quarters plus 5 times, I'm substituting number of quarters plus 40 equals 500. Do some distribution. 25 number of quarters plus 5 number of quarters plus 200 equals 500. And we're just going to simplify this out. 30 number of quarters. Let's subtract 200 from both sides, and we're going to get 300. How nicely this works out. Divide both sides by 30. The number of quarters equals 10. And we go back up here. We take that, we put it, number of quarters is 10, we put it there. So the number of nickels is going to be 10 plus 40, which is 50. You can always check these out, make sure it works. Okay, the last problem is number 9. So wiping this out. Number 9, lesson 23, number 9. And we have multiply. I love these problems. 4 root 3 times 3 root 12 times 2 root 3. So multiply all the numbers in front is one way you can do this. I'm going to show you, maybe I'll show you 2 ways to do this. So 12 times 2 is going to be 24. The number underneath would be 9 times 12. You don't need to go through all this mess. Hold on, I have to get a calculator because I didn't do it this way. Okay, my phone was locked. Okay, so we can do 9 times 12, which is 108. See, this is the long way, guys. Do you see how long? And then I would do this. 108 would be 2 times 54, and then 2 times 27, and then 3 times 9, and 3 times 3. Very long, right? Then I'm going to show you a shortcut. So we circle the pairs. We're going to take out a 6. 24 times 6 is 144. And the number left in the box would be this lonely 3. Okay, long way. Short way. Multiply all the numbers in front. We're going to get 24 again. Now, how about this? Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. Anytime you take a square root of a number times itself, it's just going to be the number under the radical. Square root of 12. Okay, so we shortened it a little bit. 24 times 3 is 72. And then this, we could do the 12. So 12 would be 2 times 6 and 2 times 3. Right, we're going to take a 2 out. And we get the square root of 3 left underneath, and we get the same answer, 144 square root of 3. So that ends the homework up till Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I will try tomorrow to get as many problems I can answered as possible. So I hope you all watch this. As soon as I figure out how to end this, I'll end it. Okay.